Eating is necessary, it's essential. Okay, otherwise you'll be hungry by the middle of the class. I don't want you to be hungry. Okay, so the question is, have you eaten? Remember last week we talked about perfect tense. In a moment, I will review. Please turn on camera if you're ready. Okay, I have given you enough time already. Aris, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Sergius,
Yes, ma'am.
hi, Christopher Alexander, Christopher Matthew, good afternoon, Fahmi.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Kelvin.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. It's not stable, Kelvin. The connection, perhaps. Radif, hello. Yes.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi, Brian. Hi, Radif mana tadi?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Right. Any reasons why you're not turning on camera?
Yeah, I'm setting up the camera right now.
Okay. Good, thank you. Edric. Okay. Right. Okay, so what we'll do today is we're going to review a little bit on perfect tenses. Now, I trust that you have received your file of answers, have you? In your
Yes, ma'am.
email, okay? So have you checked the answers? I hope you have. Now, we're going to review a little on that, and then after that, I will do your attendance list. I will check the attendance list, and then after that, we'll talk about the future. Right, so the future. What do you think about the future? Right, so tell me, first of all, present perfect. What is it and how can we use it? Present perfect. Anybody? Yes, Lutfi, hello. Lutfi Maulana, hello. Hi, Ishak.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Juan. Juan.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you, Juan?
I'm fine, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am, I cannot turn on my camera because I'm on my way home.
On your way home?
Iya, ma'am.
Dari mana?
Dari toko papa, ma'am. Bentar lagi nyampe.
Oke deh. Saya kadang-kadang merasa jadi pegawai toko. Buka toko, nungguin pembeli. Bosen. Maybe I've done too much teaching. Maybe it's time for me to retire. Right. Okay, present perfect. Anybody would like to? I have asked the question. Have you eaten? It's also present perfect. Have you eaten?
It is an action that happened in the past, but is still continuing in the present.
Okay, good. All right. It's not continuing in the present. Is that okay for everybody? Is that true? Not continuing. So for example, I have worked for women for 14 more than, I don't know, maybe. Okay, so here I've worked for women for more than 10 years. So does that mean I have finished? I don't work there anymore.
No, ma'am.
No. So I'm using have worked here, the same as have eaten. So I have eaten, I'm not eating anymore at the moment. Okay, I've done that. I finished eating. So it's in the past. Okay, but what about I have worked for women for more than 10 years. I have lived here. I have lived. Now this is quite common. Okay. For example, 2004. So I have worked for women for more than 10 years. I have lived here since 2004. Are they okay, the sentences there? Yes, Noval. Is this a silent game? Are you playing a silent game? Oh my God. Okay, never mind. Nanti kalau saya yang ngomong terus katanya cerewet. Ada satu mahasiswa saya bilang begitu. Habis miss-nya nggak bisa diem sih. Repot. Kalau saya minta Anda ngomong, kamu juga nggak ngomong. Jadi gimana? What do you want me to do? It's supposed to be two ways. Oh God. Okay, never mind. I have been working for women for more than 10 years. So, would you prefer this than the first one? Is there a difference between the two?
Yes.
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 Okay.
So the last one is like present continuous, so you're still working, but the first one is like undefined time span, so it's still infinite.
So it doesn't mean that I still work here.
It's undefined time.
Undefined time.
I kind of confused about this word, undefinite.
I'm not talking about the definition, okay? I'm talking about the meaning of it.
Okay, so the last one is you still working?
Yes.
But the first one, you're also still working.
That's right. Okay. So in this case, for live, please mark my words. Please mark my words. For live and work, especially, right? There's no difference whatsoever. Okay? Nggak ada perbedaan. I've been living, I have lived. The same. All right? The emphasis is different. Penekanannya berbeda. I have lived here since 2004 means that experience have given me some knowledge about this area, for example. So it's I have that kind of experience, right? Whereas I've been living here, the emphasis is the continuity of the action, right? So actually it means the same, it doesn't mean that I stop. It essentially, okay, the same, but emphasis is different. Penekanannya berbeda. However, you cannot say with the word with the context of the question, have you eaten? If I ask you, have you eaten, you say, yes, I have. That means you are more or less you are full. Okay? More or less you are full. You have a full stomach now. But if I say, I've been eating, or yeah, have you been eating, means that, oh, have you been eating? I can see there are maybe some pizza at the corner of your lips, or things like that. There's a clear evidence that you just stopped or you're still doing. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, I say I gained some weight because I have been eating a lot lately. Right? So I've been eating, it's emphasizing on the continuity up to now and maybe continuous up to the future. But so far, up to this moment of speaking, this eating has been repeated. All right?
All right.
Okay, so that's the difference. Now, also, past simple. What is what is your choice? If you have to choose between past simple and present perfect or past perfect. Tell me. Anybody? How do you determine which one to choose?
Maybe continuous used for long terms.
In which one?
Like present perfect continuous used in a long-term activities.
Okay. Now, what about past? The choice between past simple, I ate, and I have eaten. How would you use those words? Hmm? Bagaimana? Hari
I'm
ini?
honestly confused.
Ishak, that's not what I expect you to say.
Well, I am.
Okay, let's see. Yes, Stefan, would you like to answer that? 5.9. Yeah.
Can I try to answer?
Sure.
You use past if the action is already done, like you already clear it, like it's already in the past, like you already eat, it stopped. But you use present perfect if it's still continuing or if you've done it regularly, like something like that.
Mhm. So I have eaten means I am still eating. What do you
More
mean?
likely like that. So like you could still be eating or you have done it regularly.
Still be eating. Okay. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yes, Laras, hi. Good to see you. Hilario Sidan, are you there? Ya, saya sembunyikan saja yang nggak ada ya.
Yes, ma'am.
Sebentar lagi saya akan taruh di ruang tunggu. Tunggu sebentar. Let's see. Tadi berapa? So it's not clear at all to you, is it? Past tense and perfect?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Is it that we used we use present perfect if we if there's some kind of connection to the present,
Yeah. Correct.
and we use simple past if we're going to tell something that we have done in the past and there's no connection to the present.
Yeah.
At all.
At all. Yeah. So the past simple you use for action that finished in the past has no connection to the present. Whereas present perfect, if we did it in the past, we did the action in the past, but somehow it has relation to the present. Have you been to Bali? Yes, I have. I went there this year, that year, and another year. For example, I mentioned the year. Right? But in the present perfect, I don't need to mention the time. But if there is a clear signal, a clear time indicator, a point in time, then you use past tense. That's your key. Is that all right? Whereas if no mention of time, it's just an experience or it's something that you did in the past and you want to say that, you just use present perfect. Okay. Now present perfect continues if the action is actually still, it's maybe a habit or a routine that is going on even up to now. I've been teaching for the past how many years? All right. So it's a period of time. Whereas past simple, you use a point in time. Okay. Is that clear? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's quite, sometimes people confused about past and perfect, present perfect usually. Okay, they confuse about past simple and present perfect. So just remember that they both in the past, but perfect usually has some relation with the present. Okay. Now, past perfect. How do we know or how do we use past perfect then? Okay, ada yang mau? Tadi sudah present perfect sudah beres, ada hubungan dengan sekarang. Sekarang bagaimana past perfect? So I can use the same example. Somebody's phone ringing. Okay, so I write it on your chat. I had eaten my lunch before the class started. Okay, so is before class started clearly showed past tense. So the had part, the past perfect, happens before that. Completed before that. Do you see that? Bisa lihat?
Yes.
Contoh. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Now the other one, the continuous one, you just is similar. Okay, had been eating. I had been eating, for example, chocolate. Before. Now, it's this one, it's continuing. So I started long before, say class started at 1. I started eating chocolate at 12. Okay. And then from that time up to just before, right? Or up to the moment, that moment in the past, because now it's 1:22. It's already in the past. So I stopped just before then. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so I had been eating chocolate before the class started. So the class, before the class started, or some other time adverb can be used there, right? You have to see which one happened earlier. So the past of the past should be past perfect. Is that okay? Bisa dimengerti? Jadi kalau
Yes,
dia
ma'am.
duluan sebelum kejadian, satu kejadian di masa lalu, maka dia harus past perfect. Atau kalau dia berlangsung ya sampai saat itu, maka dia past perfect continuous. Oke, sip. Eric, oke, good. Jadi itu udah beres ya. Oke, sekarang kita lihat dulu 27 kira-kira 26 ini semua sudahkah? Kita bisa absen kah? Atau masih menunggu teman-teman? What do you think? Juga jangan begitu di absen terus hore ya, bisa tutup, bisa pulang, bisa rebahan. Nah, katanya sekarang generasi rebahan ya. Semua bisa dikerjakan lewat rebahan. Is that correct? Do you agree with that? Bukan lagi generasi nunduk ya. Kalau dulu waktu kita masih ada kelas kita bilang generasi nunduk. Sopan-sopan. Karena nunduk semua. Nunduk lihat HP. Jalan lihat HP, belajar lihat HP, semua lihat HP. Sekarang generasi rebahan. Okay, let's go to my women. ACID. Let me find your class first. Okay, so we reviewed perfect tenses. We will discuss future in a minute or two. Then we will also do I'm going to write it in past tense because the future, discussing the future tenses. Then exercise. And then we will do a quiz later, okay? Quiz 4 from e-learning. But we, no, sorry, perfect. I don't, sorry. Yeah, did I say future? Is that?
No, I was asking.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do download student tapping. Slow here. Okay. Joshua, are you there? Can you answer me?
Yes, I'm here, ma'am.
Mana di jalan ya? Masih di jalan juga.
Ma'am,
Are you home? Are you in the office or what? Where are you?
my kosan.
Kos-kosan. Okay. Kos-kosan. What's the English word? If anyone, kos-kosan.
Kosan in English.
It's not a dormitory because it's not. Kos-kosan not really a
Yeah.
dormitory, right? So what do you
Rental.
say? Yeah, rental home.
Rental home.
Okay. All right. Ricardo, are you there? Halo, Richard atau Ricardo? Ricardo Sanjaya. Ada? Susah ya. Since I don't find it easier to teach online, I think I would prefer face-to-face. So let's see, Ricardo. In Zoom, there's no one called Ricardo. Glenola, Glenn.
Present, ma'am.
Thank you. Maulana, Lutfi Maulana.
Present, ma'am.
Please pay attention, okay? Sergius
Okay, ma'am.
Frederick
Present, ma'am.
Sareta.
Present, ma'am.
Thank you. Afira,
Present, ma'am.
Christopher,
Present, ma'am.
Juan Harmel,
Present, ma'am.
Ishak,
I am here.
good. Maureen,
Present, ma'am.
Muhammad Farhan. Farhan. No Farhan? Okay. Rafi. Hi Rafi. Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay. Aris. Aris. Any Aris? Aduh. Nanti repot kalau saya mesti isi apa namanya? Perbaikan absen. Nggak usah ya, nggak usah minta. Kalau nggak dipanggil nggak ada ya sudah. Christian Andreas mana? Christian Andreas, halo. Nggak ada. Muhammad Sidan Fatah.
Present, ma'am.
That's good. Filbert. Any Filbert? What shall I do here? Let's see. Filbert. Katanya ada di sini. Si Muhammad Rizky.
Present.
Laras.
Di.
Hadir. Oke, Feiza. Hadir. Reni.
Present.
Ramandika. Ramandika. Nggak hadir ya? Umar, ada Rahman nggak?
No, ma'am.
Gerald Nicholas Chandra. Ada? Oke, Edric.
Present, ma'am.
Thank you. Umar ada. Fahmi.
Present. Present, ma'am.
Thank you. Fahmi ada ya. Sip. Radif.
Here.
Mana tadi? Coba sekali lagi, Div.
Radif is here.
Yeah. Thank you. Reza Arditya. Nah, ini udah lulus. Chris Matthew. Muhammad Reza.
Present, ma'am.
Levi. Thank you. Muhammad Noval.
Present, ma'am.
Thank you. Brian Mandabit. Oke.
Present, ma'am.
Ya, si topi merah. Dan Hilario Zidan.
Present, ma'am.
Oh, syukurlah, jangan pergi ya.
Tenang aja, ma'am.
Sini, stay here. Okay. Sip. Can I have Umar, can you verify? Thanks. Ada yang belum dipanggil? Ada yang saya
Yes, ma'am.
lewatkan? Stefan udah. Semua? Ada yang belum dipanggil kah? Ayo cepat sekarang nih, mumpung masih belum di enter. Ya, Umar Haki, tinggal ganti itunya, password, tanggal lahir. Oke, klik verify, klik save. Thank you very much. Okay, we can stop share. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Now, we're going to talk about the future. Okay. So, what do you think will happen, say, in 3 years' time? You will
Getting
all...
old.
You're getting old. Everyone is. Don't worry, everyone is. What else? You'll be older. Okay, using will be older, right? Okay. Will COVID-19 be over? 3
Hopefully.
years?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I hope so.
We hope so. We should be positive about it. Okay. Right. What else? Will you be married?
We
Would
will
some-
be working.
That's right. I hope you'll be working. Maybe full-time working. All right. Chris Matthew, what do you think? What do you hope? In 3 years' time, what will you do? You will be graduating. Okay. What semester are you on? Are you in, everyone? 5?
5,
You're
ma'am.
in, yeah,
Five.
fifth semester. Fifth semester, yeah, semester 5 or fifth semester. Okay, so you will all have finished. You will have finished. Okay, so I don't know. Some people may finish next year or at the end of the year. No, at the end of the year is not. Maybe next year, right? Because fifth semester you need at least another semester. Okay, so you will all have graduated in 2023, perhaps. Okay, ya, semua kita harapkan selesai. So, in the past 10 years, okay, we have seen many advancement in technology. For example, your phone has touchscreen, right? And this touchscreen has been invented within these last 10 years. And you also have digital printing, the 3D printer. The 3D printer. Okay, so that's the good news. And people have been talking about living in the internet, they say. Not living on the internet, but being inside. I don't know what it means. Okay, I don't know what it means, but there are many advances on that. So, do you think life would be better? Anybody? Hello.
Life will be better if what?
In the future, with all the advancement of technology. Or on the other hand, you'll be more pessimistic because the global warming is increasing. The effect of global warming is increasing, and people have been worried very much about greenhouse effects on our world. Are you what side are you? This is just a discussion, nothing serious, please. Just to get you talking. Yes, no foul. What do you think? Would life be better or would life be worse, you think, within, say, 10 years or 20 years? Or you don't care? Hmm? Well, okay. This is just a hypothetical question. Since we spend more time sitting, like doing an online learning, okay, I don't need to go anywhere. I can just order food, okay, using Gojek or whatever application, and the computer is there. I don't really need a campus, things like that, and I just sit here teaching. Do you think my arms will grow longer and my legs get shorter? Why not?
I think just get more weaker as no exercise.
That's right. And lazier. Lazier. Do you feel that
Yes,
or not?
Yes.
Okay.
but this year is convenient.
Yeah, it's convenient, but it's not effective. I don't think so. Do you think it's
Yeah.
effective?
No, not really.
Mm. What do you think, Brian?
What again?
Are you asking the question to me?
No, I know the thing that we're talking about, like if we, my mom said that we stay at home and
Yeah.
will it like our
Uh-huh.
hand grow or our leg become shorter? But
Mm.
when Muhammad Rafi said that, it's not like that, but it's more like we become weaker like that. And my
Mm.
mom asking, I was like, I'm not sure what should I say because
Oh, okay.
it's already clear like that. Yes.
Okay. What else will happen, do you think? Besides our muscles get weaker and weaker. Because I don't need to walk. But I'm confined at home. My
Maybe
movement is
lacking
limited.
social
That's
skill, I
right.
guess.
Yeah, yeah. The children these days, bayangkan anak SD, gak pernah ketemu temannya, gak pernah main. Dia kira semua orang sama, ibu gurunya dipanggil lo. Itu juga terjadi waktu tatap muka loh sama saya. Mahasiswa saya panggil saya, apa ya? Oh, bukan panggil, tapi dia membahasakan dirinya gua. Do you know that it's not polite to say gua to your older people? Do you
Yes.
know that? Yeah, I hope so. But I think the children these days would not know that because they've been learning online. They lack social. They would lack social interaction. Okay. So for example, in 2050, would you go to a doctor if you're sick? By the time you're 2050, I won't be here, all right? But at that time, or not 2050 is too far, perhaps 2025. So some doctors who are currently medical students, online medical students these days, would have graduated by say 2025. Would you go to that doctor if you're sick?
No, I'm not sure.
You're
I'm
not
also
sure.
not sure.
Okay, so you probably will try to find older or more experienced doctors that didn't go through online learning. I mean, I don't know what they are doing right now, but obviously some practical work have been suspended. Ya, tidak ada praktek toh di kampus, tidak semua. Ya, bahkan tanpa COVID pun even without COVID. I see that many universities here, they don't have any labs. Now some of you learn physics without lab, right? Maybe your school lab is much better than OMN electronic lab. Do you agree with that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Why not? Have you seen any labs at OMN?
Computer lab or
Computer
Only
lab or-
computer. No. I mean, we have physics degree. We have electronic engineering in OMN.
I personally haven't seen it, ma'am.
Okay.
the only lab
I have
I
only
have
seen it
been
on
to is
pictures.
the computer.
That's right. Okay, I have never heard. I mean, I saw in the beginning, I saw that they were doing some electronics outside. No labs. Okay. And their physics is, they have physics major, right? But their physics is more on, I don't know what they say, they call it. It's different. It's like more on management, how to manage your physical building. Now that's right, building physics, they call it. I even don't know what it is. Anyway, okay, so stop on that, right? But because lab is expensive, that's why they don't have. I can understand that, but they have so much money. Right, now future. Let's let me show you a short clip, and it's just a prediction. Again, when we talk about the future, we can use will to predict what's going to happen. Now, prediction, we don't know, right? We only know the present. We don't know about the future. Even though I say I will teach until I'm 70, perhaps I can have that intention or prediction, but it may not happen, right? Tidak ada yang pasti. We cannot tell the future. Even Mama Lawrence or any fortune teller can be wrong. Okay, so let's have a look. What will happen in 2050? This is just a prediction. I mean, someone's opinion. It doesn't have to be true. Don't take it too hard. But it's a good reminder for us. So let me just find that the world in 2050 from YouTube. I'll share the sound. I need to share sound. Skip ads.
Maybe our lives in the year 2050 would be a dream, but it's also possible that it will become a tough time for us. So at some point, we will have to limit our technological advancement. The last 100 years were essential in our history. We built a computer, a smartphone, the internet, and a lot of other devices we use every day. Our lifespan extends to 72.6 years on average. It has led us to the population of 7.8 billion people, and it's estimated that in 2050 we will reach 10 billion people. The world is becoming increasingly urbanized. Cities provide huge opportunities, jobs and services, and over half of the global population live in cities. And by 2050, this number is expected to increase to 2/3. Unfortunately, it also means high population density, high levels of income inequality, mental illnesses, and the existence of gangs and organized crime groups. All these will increase levels of violence. In the year 2050, over 24% of people will be unemployed. More and more jobs will be done by machines. Robotics, artificial intelligence, and new technologies will be everywhere. Huge protests could erupt around the globe. But we need to understand this will be a new industrial revolution in our history. We suffered through 3 technological revolutions before and successfully adapted to the new times. A lot of people are afraid of big changes. It's a known problem called a fear of change. Luckily for us, new jobs will become available. If you want to be an astronomer, there will be a lot of space companies offering a job as crew and pilot for space travel. Some organizations have already begun research studies in bioprinting. It's a field in medicine where organs, tissue, and bones could be 3D printed using natural materials and then used as transplants in human bodies. Recently, a group of researchers from South Korea developed a 3D printed artificial cornea, the transparent front covering of the eye. Another group of scientists have 3D printed a fully vascularized heart using fat tissue cells from a donor. There will be a lot of new jobs in this field, and in a perfect future, every hospital should have the ability to print any organ. With this fantastic technology, our life expectancy could be extended well beyond normal. But what if you wanted to become immortal? A Russian billionaire by the name of Dmitry Itskov is now working on technology to upload the human mind to a computer drive, and within the next 30 years, he claims we can all live forever. The 2050s look promising, and a lot of new cool companies will appear and provide new working places. It's a challenging task to predict all services, but one thing is clear: everything that can be automated will be automated. But what's more exciting about the future is that soon we could implant brain-machine interfaces, or BMIs. These are currently being designed by Neuralink Corporation. The possibilities of this technology are endless. People with Alzheimer's disease could use Neuralink to help restore the bridge to the memory or serve as a new one. People in one room could be chatting without doing anything, just by using their minds through a kind of telepathy. And it's possible that soon we won't do anything on our own. We will just send commands using our brain. However, this technology isn't for everyone, because as cool as it sounds, a lot of people would be scared of being hacked or secretly spied on by the government. It's important to guarantee privacy and security for each of us, and if technology possesses dangers for a person, it should be regulated or prohibited. Another problem we may see in the future is that almost half of the global population could end up being obese. This is because obesity can spread socially by sharing environments and doing activities together. Therefore, if nothing changes, 42% of adults could be obese by the year 2050. Obesity causes diabetes, heart disease, and even some types of cancer. As life becomes more automated and technology replaces the need for physical labor, more and more people will become obese unless they exercise. To fight obesity, researchers have developed a specific gene silencing therapy against a fatty acid metabolism gene. This resulted in a 20% reduction of body weight and improved insulin resistance and inflammation after just 6 weeks of treatment. Currently, there are many breakthroughs in gene editing. Some companies bred hornless cows, while another bred piglets that could be used for organ transplant. This industry evolves fast, and soon we may see gene editing used in designing babies, fixing gene mutations, and curing different illnesses like HIV and cancer. We won't talk much about it because we already have a video about gene editing, and you can check it out here. But gene editing won't solve everything. The world in 2050 could be a tough place, with a lot of crime, riots, people with mental disorders, unknown viruses, diseases, natural disasters, the constant global weapons race, and hundreds of other factors we simply couldn't control. We're still human, very vulnerable, and even sensitive to weather changes. To make our lives better and help us sustain difficult conditions, some companies develop smart biomaterials. Biomaterials are used for tissue regeneration, but instead of common biomaterials, scientists are trying to come up with polymeric biomaterials which can adapt to different stimuli, such as temperature or pH levels in your blood. Smart biomaterials deliver bioactive molecules and cell adhesion mediators, which could cure diseases faster. All these medical advances will lead us to a life expectancy of 80 years on average. But our resources are limited, and we will represent more danger for our environment. Oceans will be more polluted than ever, and plastic in the oceans will outweigh fish. The annual temperature will increase by 2 degrees centigrade, and some cities could experience drought, as Barcelona did in 2008. It means less water and less harvest. Besides these things, we will face other problems. Cities will be overloaded, more skyscrapers built, air will be polluted, living space will be too small, and there will be eternal traffic jams. Sadly for us, this is already a reality in some cities. Take a look at Hong Kong. The average living space there is 13.3 square meters, or around 143.1 square feet. Huge traffic jams during rush hours is another big problem, and the number of cars are constantly increasing. It was also a big problem for Singapore. Now owning a car in Singapore isn't an easy task. Besides tax measures, the government invented a vehicle quota system, VQS, that awards the right to own a car to people who offer the highest monetary bids. To reduce car use, Singapore also imposes some measures like congestion charging, while at the same time seeks to improve alternative mobility options. Now, owning a car in Singapore is quite expensive. In the future, more countries will take important steps into making cities more comfortable. One of the plans to make our lives better is to build vertical farming land, which will save a lot of space in large cities and provide any fresh products we want. In New York, you can already find underground vertical farms. They create an artificial environment which allows them to grow any plant. If some herb grows only in Asian conditions, it can now be grown inside this farm. Meat, as we know it, will be probably replaced by synthetic meat due to its negative effect on the planet. In 2013, the first lab-grown burger was served up. It took 2 years to grow and it was very expensive. Currently, the race continues to create affordable cultured meat products, and in the near future, we may see synthetic meat in our grocery stores. Although we don't know how good it will be, we need to understand it's an important step in enhancing our ecology. We've already begun developing devices that clean the environment from toxic and dangerous substances. Dutch scientists have designed a huge floating device to try and clean up an island of garbage 3 times the size of France in the Pacific Ocean. Scientists have also found ways to utilize e-waste from electronics devices that are thrown away and contain many harmful elements. A material that is absorbent has been developed and is excellent at cleaning up heavy metal pollutants in wastewater. Cities will have autonomous robots delivering everything, and a lot of vehicles will be controlled by autopilot. Flying between cities could be done on solar-powered planes. Instead of building nuclear power plants, we will construct new eco-friendly fusion reactors. And by 2050, a lot of companies will launch their satellites in space, providing reliable internet connection across the globe. Humanity will colonize the moon, and while there is one company telling us they will send 1 million people to Mars by 2050, we would like to witness the first human flight on the red planet first. All of this sounds great and terrifying at the same time. And let's enjoy our life now and make it better for the future.
Okay, that's it. What do you think?
Modern solution require modern problem.
Modern solution require modern problem requires modern solution, right? Okay, so are we thinking of that? Has the government is going towards that, towards solution? And what about you, for example? What do you do to, for example, global warming is a real thing. Some people still think that it's a myth that the world can heal itself. This is true. Some people think that the world can heal itself. So it's okay, just throw your garbage into the river, and or at least someone in the future will will what do you call it? Will clear on that. Will take up the challenge of cleaning it. It's not my problem. What do you think as a young generation? What can you do? I mean, the video has some positive and also some negative message, right? And as Rafi said, that modern problems require modern solution, and they have thought about some solutions here. Okay, but for example, do you agree that that would happen, that we all will become obese and because we don't move too much, or would we eat a piece of meat from the lab? What do you think? Would we eat the piece of meat from the lab?
I've seen a video in Singapore that they made nuggets, a vegan nuggets,
Hmm.
and
But
I think it's a good start.
yeah, vegan, that means it's not meat, right? It's not real meat.
Yes.
It's artificial. It's made from plants or other stuff. So that's a replacement of meat. But this one is actually the real meat, except that it doesn't come from cows and chicken. It comes from the lab. Why? Because they take a biopsy. They take a little sample from the real chicken or the real cow, and then they grow it in the lab. They just multiply the cells. And it started in 2013, as the video said. A Netherlands scientist actually made the burger from that meat, from the lab meat. And now in America, they have already started doing that. Would you eat a piece of meat like that in the future? Do you think?
As long as it tastes like meat, I eat it.
Yes, it would taste like meat because it comes from the real cell, except that you don't grow cows. Jadi yang beda adalah dia tidak dari sapi, tapi dari sel dari sapi dibesarkan di dalam lab. So it should be real meat, not artificial in other sense. Maureen, what do you think?
It scared me, ma'am.
It scared you. Which part of the video scares you?
The pollution, the global warming, and the other stuff.
Yeah, and also genetic. They also have genetic. They are thinking of genetic modification, right? Some people would say that no, it's playing God. Would you agree on that? But in some cases, it's probably a good idea. If for example, some people they have hereditary disease, penyakit turunan. Ada toh ya, ada penyakit turunan. So if we can just tweak a little in that gene, in the gene that has that disease, and take it out, that would be better for our future, wouldn't it? Don't you think?
Yes, I think so too, ma'am.
Yes, Stefan?
Yeah. I think I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Because there are many problems that perhaps in our body also, right? So if we can tweak that, can change that, perhaps it would be better. But some people are against that because it may mean like, are you building a superior race? So Maybe the country who are richer would be more dominant, but we don't really need to think that far. Okay, but it's technology is good, right? In the hands of responsible people. If it is not, if it is in the hands of irresponsible people, it may strike back. It may hurt the humanity. Ya toh, semua itu baik. Misalnya, jadi teknologi engineering itu bagus. Kenapa nggak bagus? Ya, hanya kesalahannya hanya di tangan orang yang salah. Nuclear bomb, is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? For the physicist, it wasn't a bad thing. He didn't think much about the long time result. He was just thinking how to avoid World War. Okay, if German comes and march into the States or march into the rest of Europe, what will happen? So it's just nuclear bombs at that time was necessary, kind of, right? But right now, no one would like to have that. But nuclear technology is also good for electricity. So there's always two sides of the coin. All right. So technology is good. And as somebody said, you know, modern problems, we have modern problems. We have to race against that instead of leaving the problems getting bigger. Right. And I hope the government will do the same. Right. So we have seen, I've mentioned 3D printing, and now in the video they said they 3D print human organs. They created human cornea. They created, they call it heart, artificial heart. So it's good. People can live longer. Would you like to be immortal then? The question. Would you like to be immortal?
No.
No, neither do I. Yeah, because even though technology is that advanced, we may not be able to afford, or just the cell doesn't accept that. Yeah, so there are problems. I mean, life is difficult enough. Okay, right. Any other comments?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, bottom line, I think we don't really need to be that scared, because, like, you know, there might be solution, but we have to do something. Okay, start with our own environment. Okay, so don't buy a car. Now cars are cheaper. I don't know why over here. Okay, so let's look at the future. In this video just now, the one that you saw, they use a lot of will, right? Something will happen, that will happen, right? But also they use a lot of could. Now, could is to predict that something, we're not very sure. So if you use will, it's more likely to happen. It's the chance of happening will be bigger. However, if you use could, would, other models, okay, with the second form, then it would be less possibility of happening. Okay, so you could means less chance, rather than you are sure of it, but you are less sure about it. But will is just to use, or to say that something is predicted to happen. Yeah, so for general prediction, you use will. Okay, so let's do a little bit more on future. So let's have a look at here. Please take notes on this one. Jadi untuk yang ini tolong diperhatikan dan dicatat sedikit ya. Sebentar. Let me find it. It's my computer. Here it is. Let's see. History. So we'd like to look at 7 ways of talking about future. Seven ways to use English tenses. Hang on a second. Okay, so it's a short video on future.
Kalau kita merit nanti, kita tinggal di mana?
Gampang.
Nadia, ingat lo ya.
Hi guys, Dan for BBC Learning English here. This time we're going to cover the future. As you may know, there are many ways to talk about the future in English. This week we're going to look at 7 of them. We're going to do the whole future in 90 seconds. The whole future in 90 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Okay, I'll be there. I'll be there. That's will used for a decision made at the moment of speaking. We also use it for promises, voluntary offers, and predictions about the future. That was a friend. I'm meeting her tonight. Notice, meeting, that's the present continuous, which we use for arrangements, which are very firm plans. We're going to have a coffee together. Be going to. When you talk to people about plans that you've made, which are not quite as strong as a present continuous. We also use be going to talk about predictions of the future based on present physical evidence. For example, it's going to be a beautiful evening. So, in an hour's time, we'll be having coffee together. That's future continuous for an activity which is in progress at a future time. By 5 p.m, we'll have finished our drink. It's future perfect. Will have finished. That means the action is completed before a future time. Goodness, is that the time? Guys, my train leaves in 5 minutes. Did you notice? It leaves in 5 minutes. That's present simple for a timetabled future event. We often use it with trains, buses, and planes. I better go. Oh no! London trains are to strike. That's be plus to plus the infinitive. This is also used for future, but it's very formal. We find it on television and in newspapers. I don't know what to do now. I better run. I'm going to be late to meet my mother. I'll see you next week, okay? Take care.
Okay, did you get it? So let me just go back to the last ones, the last. Oh. Okay, so let me stop that first. Let me go back to the last part. Okay, so right. So will, do you see on your screen? Let me just pause first.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So will is to be used for promise. I'll be there. Okay, promise or decision made right now. For example, it's raining and I said, okay, we need to go, but it's raining. We'll take a taxi. Okay, it's raining. Okay, we'll take a taxi rather than walk, for example, or rather than bicycling. All right. So will is for promise, I'll be there, or decision made at that time, at the moment of speaking, or general prediction. Ya, umum. Misalnya ada pertandingan bola malam ini, saya bilang, oh ya Chelsea lawan apa ya, lawan United misalnya. I think Chelsea will win. Okay, especially when you have I think, usually you just put will there. Okay. Now present continuous, like I'm meeting her tonight. This has to be arranged. So it's about arrangement. Both parties, dua pihak harus sudah janji, sudah setuju. Okay, for example, Dan is meeting her mother tonight. He had called, he had told her long before. All right. And if you go to the dentist, you also have to make an appointment. You can say that also using present continuous. I'm visiting a dentist this Friday, for example, because you have made arrangement. So that's arrangement number 2. Now to be going to is for intention, more on intention. Okay, so it's not general prediction. The first one, we're going to have a coffee together, is we intend to do that. Bermaksud, sudah punya, you thought about that before. So in contrast to will, I'll be there, it's more on promise, or we'll take a taxi, it's a decision made that time, but we're going to have a coffee together, you made plans. All right, you thought about it, sudah pikir dulu. Okay, or the other meaning of to be going to, it's going to be a beautiful evening, this example, because I can see some signs. Ada tanda-tandanya. Harinya cukup cerah, sore ini pasti indah, malamnya tidak hujan. Okay, is that all right with you? Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. The next one, number 4. Okay, here. Future continuous. Okay, so it's future but continuous. Now we are talking about a time, an activity in the future that is going on, that will be going on for a certain period. All right. In an hour, we'll be drinking coffee together. We can predict that because Dan has made arrangement with the mother. Okay, in an hour we'll be drinking coffee together, says Dan. Okay, so here will be drinking. Ada will-nya, ada to be, and then verb ing. Okay, kalau sekarang kan I am drinking, itu now. But in the future you put will and then be. Ya, am itu kan juga to be. Nah, tambahkan kata kerja tambah ing. Okay, so here for action that will be happening in the future. Now, future perfect is slightly similar and can be confused. Okay, it's in the future, di masa depan, but we predict that this action will have finished by a certain time. Jadi ada by-nya nih, ya selalu. Jadi a future, a time reference to the future, for example, 2030, 2030, misalnya, every factory will be automated. Will have been automated, misalnya. Jadi predict in the future, dan sudah selesai, maksudnya tidak lagi masih berlangsung, tapi sudah selesai sebelum masa itu. By 5 p.m. we'll have finished our drink. Jadi mungkin selesainya 4:30 atau jam 4. Is that okay? Is that all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Jadi ada bedanya ya dengan will be drinking, ini masih terjadi pada saat itu di masa depan. Yang ini sudah selesai pada suatu titik di masa depan, tapi kita nggak tahu persis kapan dia selesainya. All of you will have finished by 2022, for example. Ada yang selesai bulan Juni, ada yang selesai bulan September, saya nggak tahu. Oke? Ya. Ada pertanyaan sampai sini? Okay. Present simple, yeah. Hello. Present simple.
Other than will, can we use maybe or something?
Yes. Yes, we can. May.
Okay, ma'am.
Ya. Yeah. Could. Tadi untuk models habis setelah minggu depan itu conditional. Setelah conditional kita akan bahas model verb. Nah, model verb itu yang will, have, can, dan seterusnya. Ya, nah itu bisa pakai itu juga. Tadi di dalam video juga pakai could. Nah, saya katakan kalau pakai could, tak selain will ya, atau sebagai ganti will, maka dia kepastiannya agak lebih rendah daripada will. Okay, so you can say we could have finished our drink, but in that case, you're not very sure. All right. But number six, present simple. You can say this only for timetabled activities, especially buses, because they are routine, right? Supposedly, ya biasanya. Kalau di sini nggak tahu, ya. Tapi kalau di negara-negara maju, kalau dia bilang jam 7.05, ya persis jam 7.05 kereta berangkat, ya. Okay, so my bus leaves in 5 minutes. So schedule, timetable, you can use present simple. Also, your class is scheduled. So you can say, I have a chemistry lab at 10 tomorrow. Bisa juga. Okay? Ya. Yeah. Ada pertanyaan untuk present simple-nya? Untuk present simple digunakan untuk future. Okay. Number 7, be plus 2 infinitive. So again, this is not the usual for spoken. It's usually in the newspapers or television. Maybe it's very formal. Okay. London buses are to strike. So to be plus 2 plus infinitive or verb number 1. Okay. So this is a very formal use, meaning that akan sama ya, sebenarnya artinya sama akan. Bahasa Indonesia semua diterjemahkan akan. Oke. Ya, ada lain pertanyaan? Okay, let's 20 minutes. I have another 10 minutes maybe to let's look at some exercise. All right, so let me just English page, go to verbs. Okay, I have introduced English page before, so why don't you open that? Let me just copy this link. Okay, please look at the link and open it in your own computer and try to fill in the blanks. Thank you. You will see something like this. This one. Okay, so the title says simple present, simple future, present continuous, and future continuous. So you need to see the context for each of these. Okay. Now, the good thing about this is interactive and you can check your answers. Bisa dicek di bawah. Okay, if it is correct, let me just write down so that everyone. Okay. So please open the link and try. At the bottom, you have a check button. Okay, if you press that check, the correct answer will remain emboldened. Nanti kalau yang benar nanti akan berubah jadi cetakan tebal. But the wrong answer will not and stay in the boxes. Okay, so if you see some answers within a box, that means it's still incorrect. Okay, try that. Ya, semua. Okay, just a few minutes. 10 soal. After this, we will have a quiz on perfect. If you have questions, you can ask. Okay, done, Maureen. Selesai.
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Now, even if you haven't finished, you can just try check because it doesn't matter. It just decreases the percent, but we're not worried about that. Okay. Any questions? Ada pertanyaan?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Is that clear? You think you can answer those questions if it is a quiz? No problem, right? Nggak ada masalah.
No problem, ma'am.
Oke. Isa? Saya hanya lihat beberapa orang.
There's my sister in my back, so I have to turn my camera off.
Sure. What I'm saying is that there are only 8. Nine of you have your camera on. The rest are no. Okay, Ishak, have you finished?
Nope, not yet. I'm still working on it.
Joshua Jaler?
Not yet, ma'am.
Don't worry about it. Okay, you just okay, I don't. Now I have a quiz for you. So can you all stop that? Stop, just check your answers and it will give you the score, right? But please stop. You can do that later. Now I want you to go for your quiz in your e-learning. Okay, there is a quiz called Q4 Perfect. Okay, you can open it and it needs a password. I will write down the password here. Okay, everyone. Sareta, Lutfi, sudah dengar? Hilario, passwordnya di sini. Jadi jangan bilang saya nggak kasih tahu. Perfect Q4 is your password for your quiz. Now, if you want to go for a break before that, don't open it yet, okay? But you have a limited time. It's only 10 questions and 10 minutes. You need to fill in a few blanks. So make sure you read the question carefully. So perf Q4, PERF Q4. Okay? Yeah, somebody has started. It's 10 minutes. Now your closing time is 2:45. Let me close for a while. I need to do something. Okay, let me be off. Halo. Yang belum mulai kuis, cepet. Ya, cuma 26, berarti yang lain nggak ada di sini. Oke. Oke, tinggal menunggu beberapa lagi. Okay, I think everyone has finished. Ada pertanyaankah dari kuisnya? Hello.
I'm good, ma'am.
You're good. Thank you, Radif. Now what happened to Philbert? He disappeared. Never mind, so he doesn't do his quiz. Ada pertanyaankah dari kuisnya? Sudah oke? Nggak ada masalah? Ada yang mau dijelaskan? Christopher Alexander?
Yes, ma'am.
All good? All good?
All good here.
No problem?
Yep.
Okay. Rizky Zidan, do you want to ask a question or are you okay with the quiz?
Okay, ma'am. With the quiz.
Laras? No problem, Laras?
No.
No, that's good. Okay then, if there's no question, we can finish today. For next week, please learn conditional clauses, okay, if clauses. All right, and also review future. We can talk a little bit more about the future. If you are not sure about something, you can ask me question then. All right, so we always review in the beginning of class. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, again, Mel is still used by yourself. Please practice on your own, all right? Because exam would still be using Mel. Okay, then we can close the class if there's no question. You can stay if you want to ask question.